And then
I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually looking forward to next week's shows.
And now, here's the thing.
I need them to explain to me the Super Olympic. Explain that.
Black Lightning is now coming into play.
That's coming next week, too.
That's coming in, so they're expanding the DC universe a little bit.
It's not an Arrowverse show.
It's what?
Not an Arrowverse show. It's a standalone show.
Yes, I know.
I don't understand why it's not an Arrowverse show.
Well,
why is it not an Arrowverse show?
Because basically...
you already got 4. Why'd you not a 5th? Like, what does it matter? At this point.
Because they're expanding the DC universe.
But why not just keep it in the Arrowverse?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't tell you.
It's not like they don't do a lot of weird shit in the Arrowverse.
Well,
I mean, there's a freaking shark and freaking Flash. Like, what does it matter? There's a shark it's King Shark over there. Like, what does it matter? So, they have a gorilla on Flash.
But here's the thing.
They have Gorilla City on Flash.
But here's the thing. In DC Comics, you have Green Arrow teaming up with Black Canary.
I know, but I'm just saying that. I don't understand it. All right, let's move on. Sal, have you heard the Oprah speech from the Golden Globes?
I heard bits and pieces of it.
Well, for those who missed it, I have the speech.
The whole speech?
I have the speech.
The whole speech.
And it's a good speech.
Okay.
So we don't do this often where I actually play a whole speech like this.
And you get a speech. I
don't do this very often.
All right.
And we're running a little short on time, but I do want to get to play this.
Okay, before you play it, okay? That everyone has to remember the reason this happened was the Me Too movement
and the stand
Time's
up the Time's Up thing and everyone was wearing black.
Right.
Everyone was wearing black on this thing. By the way, can I say celebrities pull out black really well? They all look phenomenal in black on Sunday night.
Yep.
So here we go. This is Oprah accepting an award, and she gave a speech.
The Cecil B. DeMille.
Thank you for explaining the award. And this is the speech that a lot of people are going crazy about. And it's a little long, but we're going to play it. I kind of cut the applause out so it's not as long as it could be. So here we go.
Thank you, Reese. In 1964, I was a little girl sitting on the linoleum floor of my mother's house in Milwaukee, watching Anne Bancroft present the Oscar for Best Actor at the 36th Academy Awards. She opened the envelope and said 5 words that literally made history. The winner is Sidney Poitier. Up to the stage came the most elegant man I had ever seen. I remember his tie was white, and of course his skin was black, and I'd never seen a black man being celebrated like that. And I have tried many, many, many times to explain what a moment like that means to a little girl, a kid watching from the cheap seats as my mom came through the door, bone-tired from cleaning other people's houses. But all I can do is quote and say that the explanation in Sidney's performance in Lilies of the Field, amen, 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 amen. In 1982, Sidney received the Cecil B. DeMille Award right here at the Golden Globes, and it is not lost on me that at this moment, there are some little girls watching as I become the first black woman to be given the same award. It is an honor. It is an honor, and it is a privilege to share the evening with all of them, and also with the incredible men and women who've inspired me, who've challenged me, who've sustained me, and made my journey to this stage possible. Dennis Swanson, who took a chance on me for AM Chicago. Quincy Jones, who saw me on that show and said to Steven Spielberg, yes, she is Sophia in The Color Purple. Gail, who's been the definition of what a friend is, and Stedman, who's been my rock, just a few to name. I'd like to thank the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, because we all know that the press is under siege these days. But we also know that it is the insatiable dedication to uncovering the absolute truth that keeps us from turning a blind eye to corruption and to injustice. To tyrants and victims and secrets and lies. I want to say that I value the press more than ever before as we try to navigate these complicated times Which brings me to this. What I know for sure is that speaking your truth is the most powerful tool we all have. And I'm especially proud and inspired by all the women who have felt strong enough and empowered enough to speak up and share their personal stories. Each of us in this room are celebrated because of the stories that we tell. And this year, we became the story. But it's not just a story affecting the entertainment industry. It's one that transcends any culture, geography, race, religion, politics, or workplace. So I want tonight to express gratitude to all the women who have endured years of abuse and assault because they, like my mother, had children to feed and bills to pay and dreams to pursue. They're the women whose names we'll never know. They are domestic workers and farm workers. They are working in factories, and they work in restaurants, and they're in academia and engineering and medicine and science. They're part of the world of tech and politics and business. There are athletes in the Olympics, and there are soldiers in the military. And there's someone else, Reese Taylor. A name I know, and I think you should know too. In 1944, Reese Taylor was a young wife and a mother. She was just walking home from a church service she'd attended in Abbeville, Alabama, when she was abducted by 6 armed white men, raped and left blindfolded by the side of the road, coming home from church. They threatened to kill her if she ever told anyone. But her story was reported to the NAACP, where a young worker by the name of Rosa Parks became the lead investigator on her case. And together, they sought justice. But justice wasn't an option in the era of Jim Crow. The men who tried to destroy her were never persecuted. Reese Taylor died 10 days ago, just shy of her 98th birthday. She lived, as we all have lived, too many years in a culture broken by brutally powerful men. For too long, women have not been heard or believed if they dared to speak their truth to the power of those men. But their time is up. Their time is up. Their time is up. And I just hope that Reese Taylor died knowing that her truth, like the truth of so many other women who were tormented in those years, and even now tormented, goes marching on. It was somewhere in Rosa Parks' heart almost 11 years later when she made the decision to stay seated on that bus in Montgomery. And it's here with every woman who chooses to say, "Me too." And every man who chooses to listen. In my career, what I've always tried my best to do, whether on television or through film, is to say something about how men and women really behave, to say how we experience shame, how we love and how we rage, how we fail, how we retreat, persevere, and how we overcome. And I've interviewed and portrayed people who've withstood some of the ugliest things life can throw at you. But the one quality all of them seem to share is an ability to maintain hope for a brighter morning, even during our darkest nights. So I want all the girls watching here and now to know that a new day is on the horizon. And when that new day finally dawns, it will be because of a lot of magnificent women, many of whom are right here in this room tonight, and some pretty phenomenal men fighting hard to make sure that they become the leaders who take us to the time when nobody ever has to say, me too, again. Thank you.
Sal, that was a crazy speech. Really awesome. Did that feel, a lot of people are saying that could be her candidate for presidency. I don't go that far. But, Sal, your thoughts?
I mean, I can kind of see that towards the end. I've always loved Oprah, and, you know, when she speaks, you pay attention.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And
very
she
true.
always has a lot of good things to say and points to make valid and stuff like that. But she is just one of those people that you listen when she speaks. And, you know, I know she's always been opposed to the idea of running for any sort of office whatsoever. Not necessarily presidency, but, you know, any office. And she's made it perfectly clear. But, you know, people do change their minds, and, you know, who knows what's going on in the back, you know, behind the scenes and in the background. Whether or not she tries or does it, you know, that's completely up to her. But I can tell you that she will have a lot of support if she does.
Yeah, it's very, very, very true. Dad, your thoughts?
The two stories I heard is the one about her running for presidency in 2020. I guess some comment came out, and it came from Stedman. But basically what he was trying to explain to the press is she's always had an interest in politics and how things go, and she basically kind of wonders if there's something she can do to change what's happening. And with this speech, this is it. This is like looking at, say, hey, look at this, look what's happening, you have to address the situation, and we have to correct it. The other thing I found out, too, is when they figured that Oprah did this speech and she may dabble in politics, the stock of Weight Watchers increased.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, it did.
Really?
That's interesting.
Because
That's intriguing, actually.
Oprah being their spokesperson for Weight Watchers, so all of a sudden when they figure out maybe she's going to have some dabbling in politics, the stock of Weight Watchers increased.
That's intriguing. So, we don't talk politics here, so I'm going to try to move us out of here to something completely different to get us out of the, what did I miss? We were going really long in playing, but whatever, we're having fun. We have something I would like to play, something completely different. Completely different.
We're doing Monty Python?
What is this?
Okay,
what is this?
What's going on here? So, last year, obviously everyone knows about my obsession with Hamilton. Well, last year, Lin-Manuel Miranda released the Hamilton mixtape. And that was a big deal. So, so what's going on is, Lin has more songs that were cut from Hamilton that he wrote. Didn't record them, didn't do anything else. But due to popular demand, people want more music from Lin-Manuel Miranda. But he's too damn busy to make another album. He's just too damn busy right now because he's in the middle of 100 things. So, he's doing a thing now, a monthly thing, where it's called the Hamil Drops. Where he's dropping a song on Spotify and media that is inspired by Hamilton, by real artists, and they're recording songs. And so this came out at the beginning of December. He hasn't done the January one yet because of the holidays and everything else, obviously. But I figured I'd play it here, a little bit of this here. This is from the Decemberists. This is written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, a cut song from Hamilton. And it's called Ben Franklin's song.
Is he singing?
No, it's the Decemberists. They're performing the song. The band Decemberists. Okay. They're performing the song. And now Sal's going to crack up as we get to the hook of the song.
Ben Franklin?
So we get to the hook of the song. The hook of the song cracks me up. So here we go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you can all thank me. Took some lightning, a kite, and a fat brass key. They're putting up streetlights in gay Perry. You're welcome from our young nation.